Hey everyone. In an earlier lesson, we discussed aerobic exercise. You can find the link in this video's description if you haven't seen it already. In that video, we went over why it's so important and what constitutes aerobic exercise. If you haven't seen it, check it out now. I'll wait. Done? Yeah? Okay, here we go. Today we're going to discuss how you approach aerobic exercise. The concept can be applied to any exercise. What you need to consider is not only the intent of the exercise, but also the frequency, the time you spend doing it, and the type of exercise it is. Fitness professionals have an acronym for this. We call it FITT, and it comes from a concept called the overload principle. Here's the basic idea. When you exercise the right amount, your body responds by improving the parts and systems involved. This means that your heart, lungs, and other muscles become better. The question is, what's the right amount? Regardless of the exercise, if you know how to use the acronym FITT, you can be your own fitness trainer. So let's get on with it. FITT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. We'll go over the last T first. The last T stands for type. Basically, this means that you need to consider which type of exercise you should do to get the results that you want. If you want to improve your heart and lungs, then you want to do aerobic exercises like dance aerobics, swimming, walking, jogging, cycling, basketball, soccer, or maybe circuit training. We'll come back to the overload principle when discussing other exercises like weight training. Okay, that covers the last T. Let's take the rest in order. F stands for frequency. It simply means how many days a week will you do the exercise. If you're new to an exercise, 1 or 2 days with at least a day of rest in between is a good place to start. I stands for intensity. It means how difficult is the exercise. There's a difference between a leisurely walk and a fast walk. The same is true for walking on level ground or over hills. If you're on an exercise bike, you might have the option to make the pedals harder to move. If you're jumping rope, you could increase the speed. You have to be creative about changing the intensity of an exercise. The third T, and the last of the 4 options, is time. This is pretty simple. How long do you spend doing the exercise? Remember, aerobic exercise should last around 15 minutes. Going for a 15-minute walk or a 20-minute bike ride would be good examples. Let's go over a full example of setting up the frequency, intensity, and time of an exercise. Someone wants to follow a dance aerobics program on YouTube or from a DVD. So the type has already been chosen. Now let's go in order with the rest. How about the frequency? Let's say the person is new to this, so how about doing the exercise every Monday and Wednesday? Next is intensity. Dance aerobics programs are usually offered with beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels. So let's start as a beginner. The last is time. We don't know how hard it will be, so let's start with just 15 minutes. It's not a bad start. So I'm going to leave you with something new to think about. I've already asked you to consider different types of aerobic exercise. Now I'm going to ask you to set your starting points for that exercise's frequency, intensity, and time. This is all up to you, but remember, make it easy. We'll talk about changing FITT to get better results in another video. That's it. Bye. We're done. End video. Cut.